'Cause I'm on the edge of glory, trying to trade the spy. I'm on the edge, the edge, the edge, the edge. I was on the edge of glory yesterday. Oh, I was on the edge of glory yesterday on the spy, but I just didn't have the guts to stick it out. I did indeed follow through. If you watched the previous video, it was Monday and Tuesday. I put on two different SPY call credit spread trades that were expiring yesterday at the end of trading, with the hopes of taking those trades off by or before Jerome Powell spoke. Now, actually, I'm looking at hold that thought for 1 second. I was looking at this SPY right now, and I was thinking if it can creep back up towards 399, I might be able to catch me a 402 on a call credit spread and go $2 wide. So hold that thought on Jerome Powell and my credit spreads that were expiring yesterday. Let's look at the premiums. So there's the 402. I was looking at 402 on selling the call, 404 on buying the call. Let's see what that would look like. It's a 0 day to expiration. So that would be approximately 10 cents, right? And what if we did, are you going to try to give me 11? Probably not. Let's leave 11 on there for fun. Can we try to get $110 bills on a 1 day or 0 day trade, I should say? We may have to come back to it, but let's put it on the board now just to see if it fills while we're talking regarding those trades that I put on Monday and Tuesday. Let's go ahead and take a look at them now. Take a look at it now. So here were the two trades, okay? So on Monday and Tuesday, we put on call credit spreads on the SPY. The first one was on Monday. We went 400, 402 with an expiration of Wednesday, which was yesterday. So that was 2 days out. We did 10 contracts, and we collected $440 on $2,000 collateral. So that was hoping at max profit would be 22% return on our money in just 2 days. The following days, I'm like, hey, roll the dice, take some chances, shall we? I went just one more dollar conservative at 401/403, 10 contracts again, same expiration of Wednesday, March 22nd, and we collected even more dollar bills because the volatility was going up as the anticipation of the market got nearer and nearer to our friend JP speaking and the Fed releasing their decision on their rates. So that was, again, on $2,000 collateral, and that was a proposed 27.5% return. Now, as the day approached, if we can look at yesterday, let's take a look at yesterday. Or let's go to the 5-day, take a look at what went on. So if we look through the timeline of yesterday, where's 322? Here's 322, right through here. So, okay, so it started to move in our favor right through here. You see those red candles, right? Can we get a little closer? Get a little closer. Don't be shy. Get a little closer with Arid Extra Dry. When you grew up around my time frame, okay, I was born in 1971. Yep, way back then. So 70s and 80s is what raised me. And the 80s was like big time commercials and jingles. So I've got them all memorized because we had 3 or 4 channels. That's it. So the trade was starting to go in our direction here, but the premium that we were going to put in our pocket wasn't a big enough number. So I'm like, yeah, let's just ride it out a minute. We'll ride it out. And then as we got closer and closer to Powell releasing the data, look at just the huge move it made. It like kept going green. I was getting more and more nervous. I was wiping the sweat off my brow. Then the Fed decision came out that they were going to go with the 25 basis points, right? So that shot up, and I should have known that because my prediction was the same as yours, and apparently the markets, which was he's still going to raise 25 basis points. But I was thinking, well, maybe that's not great news. So turns out it was great news at the moment because the market doesn't like uncertainty. It likes certainty. So if they're if they're predicting 25 basis points, then they're like, oh, good, certainty. Let's jump from 398 to 400, and let's keep going up a bit. It ended up at one point, if you see through here, it got up to 401, almost 402. And I'm like, holy moly, like tears in my eyes. I'm watching my money disappear right before my eyes. Plus, kid 3 was ready to go to the gym. So I'm like, I got to do something. I got to do something. So I went ahead and I aborted. Abort, abort, abort. I let it come down just a little more. But then I aborted and I paid $610 to buy those 10 contracts back. So if you look at the difference here, I collected 440, okay, and then I paid 610 back. So I was $170 net loss on that particular trade, but I let the other one ride. I certainly thought about closing it out as well, but I'm like, I got another dollar breathing room. Let's just see what happens between now and when I'm upon the track at the local YMCA. And sure enough, if we go back to the SPY with my little eye, sure enough, it started to drop, like it was dropping like a hot potato downtown to Chinatown. And it was probably around here, maybe not at that exact low of 392.12, but it was in the 392s when I bought back the 401/403. I bought it back for $70. So there it is right there. That was this abort. Bought it back for $70. So the good news was, if we look at the math over here, I collected $550 when I put that trade on. Then I paid $70 back to close it out. So that was $550 minus 70 equals $480 profit on $2,000, which turned out to be this 24% right there. So all's well that ends well. But if I would have just let both of them ride, then we would have been just under $1,000 in net profit. But I just didn't have the guts to do it. And I didn't want to lose all of my collateral that was up, because the market was just going bananas at that time yesterday through these huge these huge green candles. I got nervous, and plus I had other things to do too. I had to meet kid 1 over at Dave's Auto, because her 2005 Nissan Altima, you got that right. I bought that for her a couple years ago. That 2005 Nissan Altima, it had died. It died. It started right back up while she was out at Purdue Northwest, which is a local Purdue extension. As I told you the story before, she went down to the main campus in West Lafayette freshman year, and she kind of did what I did freshman year, A++ in keg stands, and then the rest of the grades were like, not so good. So she took over a year off and then went back to the local extension and has basically had straight A's since then. But her car had a little issue. It died. It did start right back up, but then the check engine light was on. So I'm like, just meet me when you come home. Let me know when you're getting close, and then just meet me over at Dave's Auto. So I had that to do. Then kid 3 had guitar lesson at 4:30. So, just so busy. But I am happy that I was able to have enough guts to leave that second trade on and then end up pulling out a net profit for both of those trades overall. So we got today's trade on the board. Let's see if any of it's filled. It is not. So what does that tell us? Oh yeah, big time. Look at that. So that premium on that 402 has gone downtown to Chinatown on us a lot. So that means that the SPY is down probably in the 379s. Let's look at today. Let's look at today and see what we have in store. Let's see what we have in store here. Yeah, we've gone down. Where were we? We were at about 398.59 in that range, 398.50 or so when we were trying to put that trade on, and then it went against us as far as collecting that premium. For the moment, we'll just go ahead and leave it on because I think it's going to make its way back up. But I would imagine that we're not going to be anywhere. We're not going to press 400 unless some crazy good news comes out. So that would make me calm, cool, and collected at the 402. But we'll let it ride for now, and we'll check back because I wanted to show you another thing I'm making. And if you want a copy of this, go ahead and leave me a comment in the comments below. Leave me a comment that you'd like this spreadsheet. This is a dividends champions spreadsheet. We'll come back and look more detailed at it because I got a couple more things I want to fill in, like the 5-year dividend yield average, because I've been looking at the number compared to current dividend yield to decide if any of these dividend champions are on sale or not. So what we see is, you know what, I'll just come back for a separate video on that in that regard, and go from there. So we're at the 10-minute mark. Make sure you are a subscriber. Leave a comment. Of course, click that like button and the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video.